Either you got to know everything or adhere to the God who does know all things.
First of all, what's wrong with appealing to absurdity?
Hi there. I wanted to share a little bit about the abortion clinic. 2 years ago, a little over 2 years ago, I started going to the abortion clinic with Tommy. I had been hesitant to go. I think he'd been going for a couple years already. And when I finally went, it was challenging, to say the least. Some of you guys go and know, but just it's hard to be there, but it's necessary to be there. And so a year ago, February, I was there with Tommy and Scott Smith, which him and his wife have been doing abortion clinic ministry for over 20 years now. And I told Scott, I said, I've been coming for about a year and I've never had a conversation with someone. I've never gotten to talk to somebody about the gospel. I've never seen a save. I was just like, ugh. And I turned around and there was a car. And it was Adeline. And Adeline pulled up and I just was like, hi, are you lost? Because she looks like she's looking at her phone. I said, are you lost? Do you need some help? I said everything I could say in a fraction of a second, just as quick as I could, trying to get her to stop and hear me. And I just, I said, do you need some help? Are you here for a pregnancy test? I can take you to get an ultrasound and a pregnancy test. Would you like to go? And Tommy's like, go. He's like pushing me because there's escorts there that are there to help the women come in and get away from us, because they want to help their business. So they were coming towards the car, and Tommy just said, get in the car with her. And I got in the car with her. And I will say, I don't even know if it was a whole 2 minutes that this went on. It was so fast, so quick. I was just trying to get to her. And so I got in the car with her, and she's on her phone. She starts calling somebody on her phone. I'm like, oh my gosh, she's taking me around the corner and they're going to kill me. Like, oh my goodness, what am I doing? But she didn't. And we drove right behind the abortion clinic in Raleigh off of Lake Boone Trail. If you've never been over there, right behind it, a block away, is a pregnancy center. She's just crying. And so we go in, and they take her back quickly. They give her an ultrasound and a pregnancy test. She is pregnant, and the father comes and meets her there, and we were able to, he only spoke Spanish. She was bilingual, but very well spoken in English. And so we had someone that we can call that speaks Spanish that was able to talk to the father. And she said, I think God sent you here. She said, I was just praying. What should I do? What do I do? Send me an answer. And there you were. And so I'm trying to think. So then they ended up leaving. I think it was a whole hour. Tommy was still over at the clinic preaching. And so I was able to get her number and then start texting her and congratulating her and letting her know if she needed anything, and able to bring her a meal and bring her some stuff for her house and some baby items. And then just continuing to check on her and see how she was doing. I can't say that I was texting her every week or anything. Sometimes I'd let a little time go by and I may not hear from her, but then I was able to, we have a Spanish ministry here, so since her boyfriend speaks Spanish, we wanted to really try to get them plugged in where they would feel comfortable. And so the Spanish minister's wife and I met Adeline at Panera, and were able to give her some baby items that they had and share the gospel with her again. Picture of all of this. On September 27th, this past year, she had her baby, Adriana, a little girl. She has 2 little boys, so now she's a little girl. And we were able to bring her a meal after she had the baby and check on her. And they're doing really well. I reached out to her. Our church is having a ladies' night out in 2 weeks. I invited her to come to that. So, it's so funny how God just gave me that encouragement, because sometimes you stand there. I know lots of the preachers you think, is this even worth it? Is anybody even hearing what I'm saying? What's the point of this? The clinic for me, I drop my kids off and I drive an hour to the abortion clinic, and then I stay for 2 or so hours, and then I have to drive home. And then, it is a sacrifice on my part, but being there and just seeing this one baby. And the last time I texted Adeline, she sent me a picture. The baby was probably a month or 2 in a cute little snowsuit, and she just said, thank you so much. Thank you. And every time I talk to her, she just says, thank you. I don't know what I would have done. I know God sent you. So